So I don't think he's wrestling in TNA, but Konan apparently still wrestles in AAA.
No, he don't wrestle at all.
He was at Triple Mania. He was in a big, or last year. I don't know if it was this year. He was in some big. He was briefly, but he was in a match.
Oh, was Vampiro in it too?
Yes, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw Vampiro.
I don't think Conan would be in a match if it doesn't have Vampiro, because they've got the longest running feud of all time.
I just thought it was hilarious because apparently in AAA, Konan is like playing himself as a Trump supporter, or at least he was. And he came out. He comes to the ring with a Donald Trump T-shirt, and the whole place just explodes into boos. It was hilarious.
Well, I mean, he's got the heat.
Konan knows how to get heat.
Plenty of heat. I've heard stories.
Konan knows how to get heat, both in and out of the ring.
Right.
Hell, the entire AAA company was started because of heat Konan had with CMLL.
Okay, now this is something I didn't know.
Yeah, he told CMLL to. I forget exactly what happened, but yeah, he told CMLL to fuck off.
Oh, I did not know that.
But then I guess he got more heat because I guess they were kind of like, okay, whatever, just don't run in Arena Mexico, and then he ran in Arena Mexico.
Okay then. See, I've always, especially, I've always wanted to go see a show in Mexico, but I've heard stories and stories and stories. It's like, unless you're famous, like top notch famous, you pretty much don't go down there to watch it.
Oh, really?
Right. Because, well, because I watch a lot of story, like shoot interviews and stuff too. So, like I said, kids, this is how I get a lot of my knowledge. There's good parts of Mexico and there's bad parts of Mexico to be in, but only be in it during the daytime, not at night.
Yeah, because Arena Mexico's in Mexico City.
Right.
And there's I've not been, and it sucks though because when I went down to Mexico, apparently I had just missed a AAA show that was leading up to Triple Mania. Like it was one of their big shows, and I had just missed it. I was pissed, super pissed, because I kept seeing signs, but my Spanish is not perfect. So I was like, oh, I recognize AAA, but then I finally saw one with a date, and I was like, ah, shit, I missed it.
Well, no, that sucks.
Should have come down there 1 week earlier, man.
Well, but that's the thing, though. You never know.
Yeah, that's true. You never know. Plus, I don't know how much I would have enjoyed it because I tried, like, I watched Triple Mania 2019, and I watched the whole thing. But geez, watching AAA is like watching not even a car crash. It's just pure chaos.
Because you don't understand what they're saying?
No, that's not the issue. The issue is like nothing seems to matter because everybody's doing these incredible moves, but they don't stay on it for long enough to. It's too fast, and even the way they edit the show together, like it's cut, and it's just pure chaos. There's no rhyme. Like people were complaining about Lucha Underground. Compared to AAA, Lucha Underground was like in slow motion.
Right.
Like you could follow AAA was, I mean not AAA. Lucha Underground was fast, but you could still understand what was happening for the most part. Right. I had no idea what was happening. Like everybody's just doing dives for the sake of dives that make no sense. Like at one point, I'll never forget. Like I felt like Jim Cornette when I was watching it because I'm watching it and it was a battle royal and somebody had just gotten eliminated. But it was a weird battle royal because you had to get pinned to get eliminated. It wasn't sending them over the top rope. So somebody had just gotten eliminated, and then somebody does like a crazy somersault dive off the ring to hit the person that had just been eliminated. Like it made no sense. And the part that stuck with me is like I don't know if they landed wrong, but they came down hard. And I'm like, it just didn't make sense. Maybe there's character beef there that I just wasn't aware of, but even then, it's like they're already eliminated. There's no point.
They're and this gets to the point of I've heard that like they do things down there a lot differently. I'm not gonna go into anything like political or nothing because I don't know for sure because obviously I've never seen it, but I've just heard stuff down there. So it's the way they do things down there is way different than
it's pretty different.
it's,
And I do remember Jericho was talking about the Lucha Brothers when they'd only been in AEW for a little while, and I remember this was on his podcast, and I remember he was talking about how like they did a tag match, and I guess they missed a tag, and I guess he caught it, and he was giving them shit, I guess, when they came back, because he was like, you got to slow down, you got to pay attention to what you're doing, you got to make sure you tag, like, because I guess there's a running joke that in Mexico, like there's no tags don't matter.